All right, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. With songs like Soul Reaper and Lucifer, he has been seen as a problem for a long time.
Man a soul taker.
Where
Better
he
than
summons
Lucifer.
even every bad duppy. This is seen as witchcraft, actually, evil to many, and these are the things that are shown in his videos. His influence is undeniable, and he carries a heavy impression on the young people of the island. So, he is seen as a bad influence and a part of the problem when we talk about crime and violence in Jamaica. We all know the system has been after Tommy Lee now for quite some time. Let me say this. Look how much them give Laden. Remember I said that as we continue. So, Tommy is seen as someone that has managed to outsmart them for a long time, and that he is a gangster who does music, and they just have not been able to catch him yet. Now, with this new gun charge and the details saying that they took the weapon off of his person, remember, Laden threw his out the sunroof of the Mercedes Benz, and he could have said it wasn't his, but he admitted to it, and he got 5.5 years, of which he will only serve 4 years. They will use this particular case, like the case with Laden, they will use that as a statute to deal with Tommy Lee's case. For those of you who understand what I say, they will compare the two, and they will use that as a guideline to deal with this case. Remember me tell you so. So the clip with the bullets, that will carry a separate charge, and the gun will carry its own charge. Now, if it is true that it was taken off his person and not from the vehicle or in some bushes, then it will be hard to do anything else but plead guilty to these charges. As we already know, leniency in the courts is usually reserved for those who plead guilty and show some remorse. If Tommy Lee says, yes, I had the gun on me, I'm guilty, but listen, I'm a high profile person, my life is in danger, and so on and so forth, I am not a criminal though, this might be taken into consideration. And at stage, I am predicting about the same time of 5.5 years as was given to Laden. If Tommy Lee says, I'm guilty, and he shows some form of remorse, I know the gun is legal, I know illegal guns is a bad thing, Your Honor, but my life is in danger, and so on and so forth. It's been difficult for me to get a legal firearm through the FLA, blah, blah, blah. If him go ahead and say all that, then you must understand, sir, some leniency might be given towards his case. However, when you buck the system and you make them spend their resources to prove that you are guilty, because they think already that you are guilty based on their evidence that they have, when you buck the system and you take them to trial, then the punishment is usually heavier. In that case, if Tommy Lee decides to go that route, I would predict anywhere from 6 to 10 years. Anywhere in between there. So let's hope it's not a hot gun. Now we are talking about something else. Let's hope that the gun that they allegedly found on him is not a hot gun. Let's hope that it's not a ghost gun with serial number filed off. Let's hope that ballistics does not come back linking that gun to any other crime scenes or murders on the island, or for anywhere else for that matter. I was watching a documentary recently where a ghost gun that was finally captured had a body on it in the US in a murder case, and that was matched by ballistics. Now, remember, the US and Jamaica's MOU agreement, we recently did a video on that. I find it weird though how Corona is clearing up and many places are opening up. And as you have seen, venues with large capacity crowds appearing. Tommy Lee spoke recently about an upcoming tour. I believe it was to parts of Europe. And then this happens. All the time, he was called in and held and questioned and detained as a person of interest. They tried him as a scammer even, and he did what we call bust off and laugh. I have no doubt in my mind that each time they had to let him go, previously, that was seen like a slap in their faces. So I am sure that right now, someone will see this as an aha moment and a time to make him pay for all the other times that they feel like he got away. In this particular incident, he appeared via Zoom, like how everybody are link up on Zoom right now, or social media type of face-to-face, cam-to-cam thing, because social distancing, corona, people can't fly, all kind of thing like that. So he appeared via Zoom in the High Court Division of Gun Court. In the High Court Division of Gun Court just a few days ago on gun and ammunition charges. And he was remanded after the court rejected his bail application, which tells me that his lawyers were unable to convince the judge when faced with the prosecution's evidence. So you know, if you get a bail, the judge is going to say, well, on what conditions should bail be granted? And then prosecution is going to jump in, and prosecution is going to say, listen, we feel like this person is a danger to society. This person is this, that, connected in this way, can be a flight risk, can be dangerous, can get rid of witnesses while he's out on bail. He has the influence and the money to do so, blah, blah, blah. Then the judge is going to take these two sides, weigh them up, and say bail denied or give him his bail. For the fact that his bail was rejected, that tells me that his lawyers weren't able to convince the judge. The case was heard on camera in the judge's chambers, with both the public and the press being excluded from what was going on. Donahue Martin and Queen's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson are representing him currently. Now, December 14th of 2020 is how the case goes. He was arrested by members of the JCF Specialized Operations Unit. So some soldier. The Toyota Mark X vehicle in which he was traveling was intercepted on Holborn Road in St. Andrew, and a 9mm pistol which was loaded with 18 rounds of ammunition was allegedly found in his waistband on his person. This is the report that was given. Tommy Lee had just recently been held under state of emergency, Montego Bay, after turning himself in. Remember when they said Tommy Lee needs to turn himself in as a person of interest for questioning in links to blah, blah, blah. And he went all the way from Kingston, drove down there and turned himself in, right? And then he was held for an extended period of time before he was released without charge. His lawyer at the time vowed to file a $100 million lawsuit against the state for damages. Now, usually at this stage, you would hear lawyers saying stuff like, especially these big lawyers that are confident, you would hear like lawyers saying stuff like, hey, listen, my client maintains his innocence, Mr. Russell maintains his innocence, and we are going to fight this. We believe that he is innocent. We've seen whatever evidence they have come up with, and we believe that he is innocent, and we believe that our client will be vindicated. Not in this case. This time, you hear none of that. None of that. So, as it goes right now, it is my bet that they are definitely going to be looking at giving Tommy Lee a minimum of 6 years. I don't know how they're going to break up the sentencing and what's going to run what with concurrent and how much he will have to serve, just like how Ladden was given 5.5, but he will be out in 4 on paper because one charge ran concurrent with the other charge, which was the ammunition charge. It ran concurrent with the gun charge, even though it was 2 separate charges. So he got 4 years for the gun, and he got 1.5 years for the ammunition, and they ran it concurrently. So he was going to be out in 4 anyways. In Tommy Lee's case, though, if he takes it to court, like I said before, and buck the system might buck back. And the system might say, yeah, man, we got you. Long time we know say you mix up in a certain things, and we've been trying to catch you, and all your fans keep saying, leave him alone. Or why don't you do some proper investigation, get your stuff together? Remember, that's what SouFLoTV was saying. I'm one of them. I was saying, leave the man alone. Or get your stuff together, do proper work. That way, when you hold him, you have whatever it is to keep him where you got him at, and nobody can argue with it because it is irrefutable. Well, you being found with a 9mm pistol in your waist that is illegal, not registered to you, with 18 rounds of ammunition in it, that is as solid as it gets. So, is this a lie? Did they plant the gun on him? I mean, I'm not hearing anything from his lawyers. It was a setup. The gun was planted on him. I'm not hearing none of that. So what it seems like is this is going to go in that direction. If it does, we can look forward to seeing Tommy Lee out in about 4 or 5, between 4, 6, and 10 years. That's what I'm saying. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I wish him all the best. God go with him. God walk with you. And like his lawyer recently, not his lawyer, his manager recently just said, she said it's business as usual. So you know how it go already. Artists' songs sell even when they are behind bars. So his money will continue to come in as long as he has that team in place that is still focused on business. You see it? And before I close the video, let me say this. Any hopes he ever had of getting a US visa, which I don't think they were ever going to give him one anyways, but any hopes he ever had of getting one eventually, can cancel that the Christmas day. Because I'm kind of sure now, say, that ain't going to happen. I'm out. Catch you on the next video. Walk good. Peace.